Dear you, I'm writing to you from a version of yourself who remembers the quiet panic that lived inside your chest, the fear that somehow you were falling behind in life while everyone else seemed to be moving forward. It wasn't a sharp, sudden fear. It was a slow ache, a constant comparison humming beneath your thoughts. You watched people around you building careers, finding love, discovering purpose, creating families, gaining clarity, and you wondered why your own path felt messy, unclear, delayed. I remember how you would scroll through glimpses of other people's lives before bed, feeling a heaviness in your stomach that you couldn't quite name. It wasn't jealousy, it was sadness. Sadness that your path didn't look like theirs. Sadness that you weren't as far as you thought you should be. Sadness that time kept moving, even when your direction didn't. You weren't angry at yourself. You were disappointed, quietly, deeply, in ways you rarely admitted. There were mornings when you woke up feeling behind before the day even started. You looked at your own life, your responsibilities, your unfinished plans, your unanswered questions, and wondered why everything seemed to take you longer. You questioned your choices. You questioned your pace. You questioned your worth. And even though you tried to stay hopeful, the doubt still seeped into your heart like a slow-moving fog. You didn't tell people about this fear because you didn't want to seem dramatic. You didn't want them to think you were ungrateful. You didn't want to sound like you were comparing yourself to others, even though comparison lived in your mind constantly. You kept your thoughts quiet, but they grew louder at night when the world got still enough for you to hear the ache clearly. Every time someone else announced a new milestone, you congratulated them sincerely. But inside, a small voice whispered, "Why not you?" You tried to silence it. You tried to focus on your own journey. You tried to trust the timing of your life. But doubt has a way of slipping through even the smallest cracks, and you carried that doubt like a shadow. I saw the way you pushed forward, even when your mind told you you were behind. I saw the effort you put into each day, even when the results didn't show yet. I saw the quiet strength it took to keep believing there was still time for you. And nothing about your pace made you less worthy. It simply made you someone who cared deeply about becoming who you wanted to be. Your past self understands now that the fear of falling behind wasn't about failure. It was about expectation. You were taught in so many subtle ways that life unfolds in a linear pattern, that success looks a certain way, that adulthood has checkpoints, that milestones must happen at specific times. And when your life didn't fit that script, you assumed something was wrong with you. But nothing was wrong with you. The timeline you were comparing yourself to was never meant for you. It was a social illusion, one that didn't take into account your experiences, your strengths, your challenges, or your internal world. You felt behind because you were measuring your journey with someone else's ruler. Your past self sees clearly now. Some people bloom early. Some bloom quietly. Some bloom in unexpected seasons, and some, like you, carry depth that takes time to unfold. You weren't slow. You were growing roots, those invisible seasons, the ones where nothing seemed to change, were actually shaping you. They were making you more grounded, more empathetic, more resilient. They were giving you the inner foundation that quick success can't provide. But because you couldn't see that growth, you assumed nothing was happening. Your past self realizes something else too. You often overlooked your own milestones because they didn't look like the ones other people celebrated. Your small victories didn't feel like enough. Your quiet progress didn't seem shareable. Your internal breakthroughs didn't receive applause. But they mattered, in fact. They shaped you more than you realized. You weren't behind. You were healing from things others never had to face. You were learning things others already knew. You were building yourself from the inside out. And that takes time, more time than anyone ever admits. The truth is, comparing yourself was never fair. You compared your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. You compared your struggle to their stability. You compared your rebuilding to their thriving, and your heart suffered for it. But your past self now understands. You are not late. You are not lacking. You are not falling behind. You are simply on a different timeline, one created for your heart, your purpose, your story. Now, I'm speaking to the version of you here today, the you who still sometimes worries that you're running out of time, the you who still feels pressure to catch up, the you who still looks at others and wonders if you've missed your chance. I want you to breathe slowly and let this truth sink in. Your timeline is not broken. Your pace is not wrong. Your journey is not behind. You are exactly where you need to be for the person you're becoming. Life is not a race. There is no finish line you have to reach before someone else. There is no secret clock ticking against you. There is only growth, unfolding at the pace your soul can handle. You are allowed to move slowly. You are allowed to change direction. You are allowed to take your time. You are allowed to restart without shame. Every step you take, even the smallest ones, moves you forward. Every lesson you learn shapes the next chapter. Every moment of doubt sharpens your inner clarity. Your future is not shrinking. It is waiting open, spacious, patient. There are opportunities ahead that require the version of you are still becoming. There are people you haven't met yet who will understand you without explanation. There are moments of joy you can't yet imagine because you haven't reached the version of yourself ready to receive them. There are chapters opening that will make everything make sense. The world is not ahead of you. Your story is not missing pieces. Your path is not slow. It is intentional. Take another slow breath. Feel it calm the part of you that panics at the thought of time passing. Feel it anchor you to this truth. You are not behind. You are becoming. You are unfolding. You are unfolding. You are returning to yourself in ways that cannot be rushed. Your past self is proud of you for surviving the doubt. Your future self is waiting with open arms. Your present self is doing enough, more than enough. Your life is still full of beginnings. and none of them are late. Sincerely, you.